In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make a print-on-demand embroidered sweatshirt to sell on a place like Etsy. Now, embroidery has always been one of the most popular items to sell as a print-on-demand seller, and I'm super excited because Printify has totally revamped their embroidery capabilities and made it so easy for you to integrate new embroidered products to your already existing print-on-demand shop. Or if you're just getting started, thinking about starting a embroidery type business, Printify is going to be the best option for you. So I'm going to walk you through the complete A to Z process of actually how to create that embroidered design, what are all the requirements that you're going to need to do because it is very different than your typical print-on-demand item, how to actually upload that, how to get it digitized and sell items on your Etsy platform. So let's not waste any more time and let's just jump right over to Printify to actually go through their new embroidered items, and we're going to pick out this sweatshirt that we're going to be working on today. Now, on your Printify account, and if you don't have a Printify account, it's totally free to make and sell with them as a manufacturing partner. I'll have all their information down below. But when you log in, you will see over in your catalog section that they have this whole new embroidery tab right here. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring up the most popular items that you can embroider. Now, they have pullover sweatshirts, they have hoodies, sweatshirts from Comfort Colors, youth sweatshirts, and several different styles of caps and some shirts. Now, today we're just going to do something very classic and very in demand and popular, especially around the Q4 season, which is going to be embroidered crew neck sweatshirts. So I'm going to be using the Gildan 18,000. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. Now, we want to make sure we are clicking the embroidery tab here because that's going to have specific manufacturers. And there are a couple different production partners you can choose, but I'm going to go ahead with Demona T and click Start Designing here. Now, the print area size for our embroidered designs, we are going to make it 1200 by 1200 pixels, and that is going to be right here on the shirt or sweatshirt. Now, there are some very specific considerations when it comes to the colors and type of design you can make. So we're going to head over to our design suite and start going through all of the things you're going to need to do for your embroidered item. All right, so I am over on my Canva account, which is the design suite I'm going to be using today. But if you have Kittl or you have Affinity Designer or any kind of design suite, these exact same principles are going to apply, and any of those can and will be used. In fact, I use Kittl all the time to make these types of designs. So what I'm first going to do is I'm just going to click Create a Design here and go to Custom Size. Now, we want the width and the height to be 1200 pixels, and we're just going to click Create New Design. All right, so this square here is going to be the full embroidered area that is going to be on our t-shirt or sweatshirt. Now, as a print-on-demand seller, one of the things that you're going to have to think about before you even start designing is what niche are you going to be selling in? Now, this is a very tricky balance because you want to be selling something that is popular and people are searching for, but something that doesn't have too much competition. So especially around the holidays, shirts for moms or that say mama or mommy on them sell really well, but typically this is going to be a very competitive niche to sell in. So if you want to sell any items that are targeted towards moms or parents, you're going to have to think of some way to actually make that a little bit more specific. Now, tons of you have taken my cross-niching workshop. It's a totally free workshop all about how you can pick two really popular things and combine them together to create a winning niche. You can sign up for that down below if you've never taken that free workshop from me. But today I'm going to apply a really similar principle. So I really do want to tap into that very popular mom niche, but I want to find something else that is also popular right now that could make it be a little bit more specific and a little bit more competitive. So throughout the last few months, anything that has to do with like girly, very coquette style bows has been selling like crazy. Simple designs with bows all over them or even a single bow has been doing really well. So I thought I could make a design that is for moms that also captures that very cute bow aesthetic and combine those together. And since both of those might be really hard to compete in on their own, putting them together is going to introduce us to a more specific audience and help us actually maybe make a sale. So that is the type of design I am going to be working on today. Now, something you may not have known before is if you want to sell embroidery, it is not a free-for-all on what colors you can actually use. There are only a very select few thread colors that you can incorporate in your product type. Now, with regular print-on-demand printing, the sky is the limit with what kind of ink combinations they can come up with to actually print our garments. But with with embroidery, we are limited to the types of thread colors that a manufacturer has. So these are the colors we're going to be limited to today, and I will actually have a free download for you guys that has some of the guidelines for embroidery as well as all of the numbers for the actual colors of embroidery designs, and you can get that down below as well, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. So these are the colors we're going to be referencing as we actually create our design today. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by just adding a bit of text here, and I think I'm just going to have it say something simple like mama, and I want to find a cute kind of girly font that's going to go along with this bow aesthetic. So I'm going to look over here in the font catalog and probably going to look something that is script font, and I really like this one, apricots. Now if you notice here, this font is one solid color, so there's no brush strokes, for example. So if we use something like this Feeling Passionate font, see how there's like some brush strokes and it's just a little bit more textured. This is going to be a trickier type of font to use with an embroidery design. So I'm going to stick with something like this here, and I think it would be really cute if it had kind of an arched effect. So I'm going to go ahead and curve this font just a little bit and kind of bring that up towards the top here. That's looking very cute. Now the next thing that we need to do is find the actual graphic bow design that we are going to put on this. So I just went ahead and I looked up bow. Now there are tons of different bows here on Canva, and if you're on Kittl, there's lots of bow options there as well. You can download bow graphics from Creative Fabrica, but what you want to look out for is, see, this bow is so cute. It's definitely in the style that I'm going for, but as you can see, it's more of this watercolor style. There are lots of colors throughout this, so this isn't really going to work super well for an embroidery design. It might work well for just a regular print-on-demand t-shirt, but it's not going to do what we need it to for embroidery. Same thing with something like this. We want graphics that are either just one color or very limited colors that don't have a lot of this different texture. So after looking through these, I actually really like this just very simple bow, and as you can see, it's just one color here, so that is going to be perfect. Now I'm just going to resize this to take up a little bit more of this canvas and put it right under here. All right, and that is looking so cute. Now we totally could leave it in this black color, but I think that I want to really tap into that girly aesthetic and go with something like pink. So as you see here, it's not just any pink we can use, it's this very specific color pink, FF9EBE. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on this lettering and type in that code right here, and then I'm going to change the bow to the exact same color. If I wanted to get even fancier with it, I could do the bow in maybe like a red color with the pink, but I think it's going to look cute just keeping it very simple. In all print on demand, I honestly think that simple typically sells even better than the more complicated designs. So I really don't like to overthink. This might look very simple to you, but it's a type of design that is going to do very, very well, especially on an embroidered product. So once we have our design figured out, all we're going to do is go ahead and download this. So I'm going to go over to share and click download, and we're going to make sure and just download that first design here. Make sure to have a transparent background. That's going to be very important, and download this as a PNG. Now when you sell embroidered items, they go through a process called digitization. Now that is where it is going to convert your artwork that you upload to a digital file that can actually be read by the embroidery machines. Now on Printify, they are going to be able to do this for you, and you only need to digitize your files the very first time that you actually make an embroidered item in this style. For each additional one that is made of this exact same design, you're not going to have to digitize it. But the digitization process, it can take up to 36 hours. So just keep that in mind for the very first product or sample that you make. There's probably going to be a little bit of time added to this process to actually digitize the file. Now it's always a really good idea when you're trying something new, but especially with embroidery, to always order a sample and make sure that this is going to look exactly how you want. But for the most part, you don't have to know anything about actually digitizing stuff. Printify is going to take care of all that for you. You don't have to provide them with already digitized files. Just a transparent PNG is going to be perfect. So now that we actually downloaded our artwork, all we're going to do is go over to the upload section here and find that file on our device. Now it's going to place it right here in the corner, and we can go ahead and preview that. And that is looking super, super cute there. So once we're happy with it, all we're going to do is go ahead and save the product. And then we can also select which mock-up photos we want to include in the listing. So we'll have this one. We can include her here, maybe a folded up one. Now, typically I recommend also creating your own mock-ups that are going to be a little bit more unique than this. So you could use something like Place It or download it, mock-ups that you find off of Etsy. But for today, I'm just going to stick with the auto-generated mock-ups that Printify has for us. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, so at this point is where we start editing the actual listing that is going to go on Etsy. So here is where we're going to change the title, the description, we're going to add tags, we can adjust the pricing here. So I'm going to show you some of the easiest ways to do that. Now, one really cool new feature that you might not have played around very much with is actually the AI generator for titles and descriptions and tags on Printify. This is a super useful tool, and they're basically going to be analyzing a lot of similar products that you're competing against and really incorporating a lot of those best keywords. So I'm going to show you exactly how to use this here. We're going to click Generate with AI, and it's going to ask you to include a good design description. Now, this is where you need to know a little bit about the niche that you're selling in. So some of the keywords that you know really need to get included. Maybe you can browse through some of the top pages on Etsy for similar items to get some ideas. But basically, I'm going to describe what I want it to include here, and it's going to format that in a way that it thinks could actually help my product to sell better. All right, so for the design description, I just said cute embroidered mama bow, pink coquette style sweatshirt, trendy girly bow for mom of girls, Mother's Day gift for mommy, or Christmas gift. Now, a lot of those are words I want to make sure includes. So the embroidered mama bow, pink, and then that word coquette are really important words. Girly is also a good one. So if someone looked up girly mom sweatshirt or girly mom shirt, I want to rank for those. So I'm going to go ahead and click generate, and it's going to analyze my listing, search for similar products, and then bring us a really good title, description, and some tags. So I'm going to apply that to listing. Now, one thing that I always do, and I think this is the best practice, is you do not want to just leave these as is. So this is a really good starting point, but I'm always going to add my own touches, kind of edit the title and description to what I think could be even better for my SEO. So this is a really good starting point, but you want to add some of your own things too. So I think I'm going to add the word coquette here. I'm going to add pink here. And then it included the words crew neck sweatshirt and pullover, but I think I also want to maybe include the words like t-shirt and hoodie in case people are looking those up too. All right, so where I ended up with is embroidered mama bow, coquette crew neck sweatshirt, cute pink girly mom of girls, hoodie gift, Mother's Day t-shirt, Christmas coquette pullover. So that includes a lot of those really important keywords we're wanting to hit there. Now, for the most part, the description, it has a lot of those keywords that I wanted to include. So I'm just going to leave that as is, and it also includes all the product details. Now, for the tags, I typically find this is where it needs a lot of extra help. So comfy winter wear, that's not really a tag that I want to rank on. It's not saying anything about the niche that I'm trying to sell in, which is the most important thing. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Unique sweatshirt, again, that's not really saying anything. Cozy sweatshirt, feminine sweatshirt even, warm winter gift, and even cute sweatshirt might be one that I want to kind of revise to. But mama bow sweatshirt, that's a good one. Pink coquette style, mom of girls gift, Mother's Day gift, gift for mommy, pink bow sweatshirt. Those are all fantastic. Added coquette bow shirt, bow hoodie, pink bow tee, bow shirt, mom, and then bow Christmas gift. So all of those are going to actually say a lot more about the niche that I'm selling in and actually help us rank for those search terms. Now for our shipping, I just have it set to standard, and here is where we're going to adjust our pricing. Now it's really important that you make sure you are calculating your price to see that you're actually making some profit. So right here is just automatically set at that 40% profit margin, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be making this exact amount of profit for each item. After all the fees from listing and selling the item, it's typically going to be a lot less. So you're going to keep that in mind when you do pick out your price point. Now, one thing that I do always make sure is, even if I'm not really adjusting the price a lot, I like to edit the prices so that they end in things like 99. I just think that typically looks a lot cleaner and better, and you don't have all these random numbers here. So I'm going to edit the price on these top ones to be $39.99 instead of $38.80. And then for this 2X is a little bit more expensive, so I'm just going to do $53.99. And then this one, I'm going to do $59.99. Sometimes with those larger sizes, they do cost a little bit more, so you're going to be making a little bit less if you keep them the same price as the smaller sizes. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, once we've adjusted all of that, we're going to make sure all these product details are set to sync, and we're going to publish that to go on our Etsy store. All right, so right now the status of that is publishing, so we're just going to have to wait a few minutes for that to completely sync with our Etsy shop. All right, now after just a couple minutes, the status of this item has changed to published, so that means it's ready to either edit or view on our Etsy account. So over on Etsy, we can see this item here in our listings, and all we have to do is to edit it is click this gear icon and click edit. Now it has synced all of the information that we actually put on Printify, which is so nice. And if you did make your own mock-ups, this is the point where you would put them in right here on Etsy. But for right now, we can just adjust this mock-up. I like to crop it to more only focus on the actual item we're selling. So I'm just going to click crop and zoom in quite a bit to where it mainly is just showing this item here. And that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. So that is going to be the primary thumbnail, but we're also going to have these other couple that show the item in a little bit more detail. And you can see here that the price and all the SKU information carried over from Printify as well. And at this point, we would actually edit where we want it to show up in our shop section. So I might add a section like embroidered sweatshirts, or even something like mom gifts would be some really good shop sections to consider. And then as far as the renewal options, I typically like to keep all my Etsy listings on manual renewal so that when they expire, if they haven't made a sale yet, I can really evaluate if there are any changes I need to make before it charges for an additional renewal. So I'm going to keep that on manual and just publish those changes. Now, once that has been updated, we can go ahead and view this on Etsy. So I'm going to click view on Etsy, and we can see our listing here, as well as the title we created, the description, and all of that information. So with this same process, you can create tons of different embroidered products, everything from hats to shirts to sweatshirts, hoodies, things like that, in tons of different niches. Now, I talked about a few of the resources I used here in this video. So if you've never made a Printify account before, they're who I use to manufacture not only embroidered items, but regular print-on-demand items too. They have a catalog of over 800 different product types. So you can sign up with a free account for them down below. And if you've never taken my cross-niching workshop that I mentioned, it's a free hour-long tutorial where I teach you how to take some of the best-selling niches and combine them in a new way to find really good niches every single time. So you can get that. And then I also mentioned having a download for you guys with those colors that are very specific to embroidery. So I'll have the information for that linked down in the description too. And if you want some other ideas of some of the best product types that you could be selling, especially coming in 2025, I highly recommend checking out this video next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.